Listen, I need you to learn the most important skills that are going to make you a lot of money at a young age, which is...
She used to be a waitress in Canada, and now she has built an empire worth multi-million dollars. Afnan Khalifa.
You clock in, you're doing your work, you clock out, and that's it. Like, brain shut off. As an entrepreneur, my brain is always working. Like, making money is like a game. Once you master the game, there's just new levels to unlock.
If you're really good at something, or you're just really good at providing the value, people come to you and be like, here's my money.
But how do you get there? You get there because I say no more than I say yes. My friends are like, well, let's go out. I'm like, well, let's not. I only want people around me that are going to make me better, richer, healthier, or just more elite in any sort of way.
So what goes through your mind when these opportunities present yourself? What do you say yes or no to?
Well, I'm only saying yes if it...
Now, before we jump into today's episode, I just want to mention that this podcast is brought to you by me and everything that I have built to help you guys level up. If you want to transform your physique, build muscle, lose body fat, build strength, then you have the Thirst app. This has everything inside that you could possibly need to get yourself in shape, to hold yourself accountable as well. I also have the Digital Playbook, which is a step-by-step guide to help you guys build a following, monetize the following, and also build a strong personal brand. This is everything which I have done over the past nearly 10 years to allow myself to live a life of financial freedom and also geographical freedom. I can basically do whatever I want. Life is good. And I also have my newsletter, which has been revamped, where I'll share exclusive podcast insights, my raw thoughts on business, fitness, and much, much more. So if you're interested about any of those, check out the description. You'll find the links to all of them. Now let's get cracking with the episode. What's up, guys? Welcome back to First Things First. We have a special guest today, Afnan Khalifa. Did I pronounce that right?
You actually said it very good. I'm proud of you.
Put a bit of effort into it.
Yeah. No foreign accent. That's good. You said it right.
I've been here long enough now,
You're a local now.
Yeah.
I like that.
Khalifa's a powerful second name.
Yeah.
It's like, you would almost associate it with like royalty.
You know what I've always said? I said, if I want to get married, I'm not changing my last name. And if I can give my kids my last name, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's really powerful.
You're going to have to find a guy who will be cool with that.
We'll get to that later.
So how's things been? You recently moved here?
Yeah, I moved here a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live between US and Canada. What's crazy is I've always wanted to move to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And I came here for a month in December 2023. And I was like, I can see myself living here.
Mm-hmm.
The culture, because I'm originally Middle Eastern.
Saudi.
Me?
You from Saudi?
Well, I lived 18 years in Saudi.
Okay.
But I'm originally Palestinian.
Okay.
But I feel like my standards, my values definitely come from being raised in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Saudi that you see today. It's Saudi that...
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Saudi. Which I'm grateful because... the values as a woman, the respect that you have for yourself and how you expect others to treat you, I got all of that from the Saudi culture because they're very big on that.
Mm-hmm.
Was raised in a very strict culture.
Like fully covered up.
Like...
just
yeah, fully covered up. That's... I don't want to go into too much details with it, but yeah, and... that was just the culture. That was basically what I've seen. Mm-hmm. Even school, it was not mixed. It was just a separate section for girls, a separate section for guys. Mm. And then when I was 18, I went to Canada because I always had the Canadian passport. Because I was born in Canada. Because my dad is smart. He knew a Palestinian passport is not going to get me anywhere. He's a very smart man. Smart. So if anything, I'm going to say thank you, Dad, for giving us that passport because that's freedom.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately, we live in a world that where you're from can determine how your life can turn out. And we've seen it with so many different countries that are struggling financially only because you're from that country. And then you have that passport and that ties you to a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate that my dad thought ahead about it. And yeah, so I was born there, but then right away got the passport. I don't know what he's done, where everyone in the family got the passport, but we were in Saudi.
Well, he's a smart guy, so he did his thing.
We're not going to talk about it. Whatever he did, bless you, Dad. And yeah, so I lived there for 18 years. When I was 18, I went to Canada to study university. And, I used to, it's like I was in a cage and I realized I was in that cage since I was 16. And it was strict family, strict culture. And I've always knew that I'm a rebel. Like when you tell me to do something, I'm like, but why?
Yeah.
Like, sell me the vision. And no one was selling me the vision why I should just be silent as a woman and live life how I'm supposed to. All my cousins got married at 18. I can't even imagine myself getting married at 18 because I don't even know what I like now. You want me to know what I liked at 18?
Yeah. How did you handle that then? Like, there's that pressure to...
I ran away to Canada. No, I literally was like, I'm going to go to Canada. And I think
18th birthday coming up, you're like,
gone.
I need to get out of here.
Gone. But I think my parents knew what kind of person I am.
Mm-hmm.
That whoever comes and proposes, I'm going to be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to experience life for myself. But I always says, like, my culture taught me how to be obedient. But my rebel side is what made me free, rich, and have power.
Yeah.
Now, I've always kept the respect for the culture and for the family and for all of that. So we're not trying to disrespect where I'm coming from. But anything I do in my life, I'm like, well, this is my life. I want to live it how I want to live it, as long as I'm pleasing God. Because at the end of the day, it's me and God.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to Canada and I thought, I'm like, oh my God, I can do anything I want. I'm literally in a country where there's no rules as a woman. But I was still tied to everything that, brought me up because that was just how I was raised for 18 years. So it was not the easiest to just let go of everything, which I'm grateful for. And I went to university there. I was dying to get a job because when I was living in Saudi, women could not work. I think now they can.
And they can drive now as well.
They can drive now, yes. So I'm like, I cannot wait to get a job. I want to work and I want to try everything. And I thought I'm going to have like the best jobs. I remember my first job was Starbucks because that's the only place that would hire me for someone that have never worked a job before at 18. And they're like, yeah, you get paid, what was it? Like $11 an hour Canadian. I'm like, $11 an hour? Like, I'm pretty cute. If I go in the street and tell people I forgot my wallet somewhere, they're going to give me more than $11 an hour.
Yeah.
So the math was not mathing. But I'm like, okay, well, this is how everyone is living. This is what everyone accepts. Maybe I should just accept it and stop being different.
Mm-hmm. This was before you graduated?
First semester, I was like, I need to get money.
Yeah. Because
my dad even called me and he's like, Afnan, my business is not doing well. You're going to have to get a job and pay for your own expenses. Mm-hmm. And no matter what happens in my life, I'm never a victim. I was like, okay, I always wanted to work, so this is my chance to work and pay my own bills, not realizing how expensive life is. Now I'll take it back. Dad, can you pay all my bills? And yeah, I tried everything. I tried being a waitress. Well, I moved my way up because I knew that's where you make the most amount of money in tips. One of my friends was like, you should be a waitress. You'll make a lot of money in tips. I'm like, how much are we talking? And he's like, you can make $100, $200 a day. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good, right? When you've never seen money before. So I worked my way up to a waitress. And I'm grateful that all the retail jobs always told me, we will not hire you. Like, you're just unqualified. And the only places that would hire me was restaurants. Because God was like, listen, I need you to learn the most important skills that are going to make you a lot of money at a young age, which is running your mouth.
Yeah.
I need you to run your mouth with more people. If you're working in retail, you're just doing clothes in the back. As a waitress, you're talking to people, you're reading body language, you are reading the room, entertaining, because you want a better tip. So I learned all these sales, how to upsell. Oh, you want this drink? Well, how about we get this drink instead? So I learned all of that from the age of 18 to 21. I would quit literally a job every 3 months to get to a new restaurant.
Or like a better,
more expensive restaurant. And I would lie on my resume like, yeah, I've been working there for like 3 years. 3 years what? I'm literally just 19. But I was always hungry. Like, okay, what's next? What can we do after? And yeah.
How did you not get, let's say, tempted to go down the path of least resistance where there's the easy handouts?
What's an easy handout?
Just like easy money.
But what is an easy money?
Like, how many years ago are we talking?
That was 6 years ago.
You know, like where you get like a boyfriend or someone to just pay your bills or whatever. Because I feel like that's quite, it's not America, you're in Canada. I've not been to Canada, so I don't know.
Similar mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not the culture that I was raised in, so that never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And to me, that's giving too much power to someone. Because what if they leave? What if they abuse that power? So I've always wanted my own. That's actually a very good question. Let me tell you why I've always wanted my own. Since I was a baby till I was 18, who did I ask money from? My dad.
Yeah.
And this is another reason why one of my superpowers is to sell the vision to myself and to other people. I can sell the vision of my future to my own self, how I want my life, and I'll believe my own lies until that lie becomes a reality. But I also know how to sell the vision on where we're going as a team, where we're going as a whole, where's the future. So how did I learn that? It was my dad, because when I was 15, 16, I wanted to go out, see my, girls, and we wanted to go to a restaurant, and it wasn't common. And I'm young, Middle Eastern, Saudi, strict parents. He's like, no, you're not going out. Why do you want to go out? Just sit at home and just watch TV. So I would literally wait for my dad to come back from work, read the room, make sure he's in a good mood.
Yep.
Do it before he goes to his nap, takes a nap. So I know that he's like trying to brush me off. And then sell the vision on why do I need to go out as a 15-year-old? And why do I need money for him to give me so I can go out? So as much as I learned from that, I always hated, like, why do I need to just like ask for money?
Yeah.
And I feel like that made me the woman today where I just don't like asking. If someone wants to give me something, they're going to give it to me. But I can just go do my own thing and get whatever I need to get done.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I never had that like thought of like, oh, let me get someone to finance my life. I didn't know anything about power or anything, but what I was like, I had that with my parents. I had that in my culture. So I don't even want to repeat that. I want my own.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How long were you doing the restaurants for until you moved on to the next thing?
18 to 21. And I was going to university as well.
What did you study?
I was studying business. Well, I started first semester as an engineer. And then I'm like, what is this? We're not doing that. So I'm like, maybe I should do fashion because I've always loved fashion. But then they weren't accepting me. I wasn't creative enough. So I was like, okay, let me just do business. Like, it's safe. I can just figure it out later. And I dropped out after 3 years because they were not teaching me anything about business. I learned more about business being in business than actually.
Yeah, that was my experience as well.
That's everyone's
economics
experience.
And business management, and it was just all theory. Getting taught by people who'd never run a business before.
That part.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. It's like, why are you teaching me how to create a resume for like a whole semester? I don't want to create a resume. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I never saw myself working for anyone. And that comes from my childhood, just always being tied. I just wanted to do my own thing. I hate being told what to do. Like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves in life if someone tells me what to do. And yeah, so I was working from 18 to 21. And then that's when I got into learning about the financial markets. Crypto, stocks, Forex. And back then it wasn't as common as we have it today. especially as a woman. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Like, this is what broke people do. I'm like, I'm broke.
I need to get rich.
I need to get rich. What are you talking about? I remember even one of my closest friends, it's funny and it's ironic because we stopped being friends after that. And I see her Instagram literally 5 years later. She also lives in Dubai. But our lives completely turned out how we wanted it. She wanted just like the soft, like working a really good job, looking cool from the outside, but just, the perfect image. I didn't want the perfect image. I wanted like an actual good life that I enjoy, that I feel so proud about. Not working at, the best CEO position at this place. I wanted my own thing. And she was like, Afnan, like, I think you can be maybe in like fashion or work at this big brands. And I'm like, don't sell me your vision for my life because this is my life. And I almost got influenced by it. And thank God I didn't. And I actually got into the financial markets.
So where do you start doing something like that? Like, I mean, did you actually go work for some company?
No, you just pay for the program, the course. And that's literally where I learned everything. It was like a community where you're paying monthly, you're around people that are making money. And it wasn't really just the education that changed my life. It was like I was finally around people that were making money.
Yeah.
So little Afnan did not think that making $10,000 a month online is ever possible because I've never seen anyone around me do it. But when I got around these people, I see women and I'm like, you're so cute and you're making that much money. If you can do it, I can for sure do it.
Yeah.
And this is something that I apply to my life. It's like, I'm not better than anyone, but also no one is better than me. So anything I can learn, if I look at someone and I'm like, oh my God, I love their life. Well, what can I learn from them so I can have that life? What skills do they have? What are they doing in their life? And
it's funny because a lot of people who have made quite a lot of money, they're not actually like the smartest people.
But because we don't overthink.
Yeah.
And that's our superpower. We don't overthink. We're like, okay, we're not the smartest. Let me just go do it and figure it out. But people with high IQ, what do? They study.
They overthink and then they're like,
overanalyze, research, papers, analysis, data. And it's like, until when?
Yeah.
Me and you know that we learn the most when we're in action.
Yeah.
Not when I'm studying about anything.
So what were you doing then? You were investing to begin with?
I was doing sales for the company. So I was basically recruiting people for them. So it was sales. It taught me leadership as well. But it also taught me how to invest in the financial markets, understanding crypto, Forex, but also branding and marketing, because that's really where I was building my brand to help more women get into the financial markets.
Yeah.
And I think what boosted my confidence was my first month. I got in and my brother was doing it before me for 2 years. So I was like, okay, let me try this thing. And he's like, I don't want to mix family and business. Like, it's not something that I want to do because if someone tries to talk to you, y'all both are in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this is great. But please, you know me, who I am as a person and my standards and my values. I really see myself doing something big with this. I remember like I would send him like long texts every single night, like, please, Rokan, like, I really want to do this. I think this is it. Like, I literally feel like God's speaking to me and he's telling me to do this. Finally, he's like, okay, do it. But like, here are the rules. Don't do X, Y, Z. Cool. Wasn't going to do the X, Y, Z, but sure, let's just make it very clear. And then he looks at me after like 2-3 days. He's like, I know you're going to quit because you've quit everything in the past. Like, you're someone that starts things and never finishes them. And I was like, okay, bet. And my first month...
Don't you normally stop things to go on to better things, though?
Not in the past.
Okay.
I've never had success before. I would just stop things to just try something else, and I wouldn't be good at anything.
But you got the people skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just trying to do anything and not like thinking really the grass is greener on the other side without watering my own grass. And then my first month, I made $18,000. I was 21 and I was like, oh my God, you cannot tell me anything. And that was like back in 2019. So I'm like, I cracked the code. So I called my job. I'm like, I quit. Don't call me. Don't text me. No 2 weeks notice because I'm too rich. My ego was too high. You cannot tell me anything. I thought like I really just figured it out. And then 6 months later, I was making 6 figures constantly. And then after that, I was making constantly $25,000 a month. Within a year and a half, I made 7 figures. And that was at 22.
This is from investments and trades?
This is from sales.
Oh, sales. Okay.
Actually, my first million was from crypto because I got in really when, like,
good for you.
Right when Bitcoin was like, poop. COVID happened.
Yeah.
I was like, I know a lot about this. I've been studying these things. Invested a lot. We had a lot of people telling us what to invest in, what to get in. I knew that, like, I understood it. Made a lot of money from that. Made a lot of money from sales. So my first million was from crypto. My second million was from sales.
It must be a pretty good feeling, when you've already made that money and you're like, I can actually really do what I want to do now.
Yes.
It's not like you're dependent on doing something to earn a living because you've got that
with investing and trading. Yeah, but we know also crypto is very volatile.
Yeah,
there's
true.
Seasons. Like, if you're in crypto, you're not going to be making money for like 2 years, 2.5 years. And then when the...
Did you ever take anything out?
Of course. You always. But this is why people don't make a lot of money, because they're like, it's going to go up more. It's going to keep going up. And it's like, that's not how you really build a good portfolio in investing. My strategy is always like, I like playing with house money. So I'm investing. As soon as I double my money, I'm taking my initial investment, and then the rest is it's my profits. And then you just keep taking profits as you go, but you just can't get greedy.
Yeah.
Greed is what gets people to just be like, oh my God, it's like gambling. It's like gambling if you treat it like gambling. But yeah, having that skill of like investing and trading, for sure. I think as a woman, if you learn sales, if you learn branding, if you learn investing, you're never going to be broke. Why would you be broke?
Did you have a skill of not spending a load of money when you started getting it? Because that's a skill.
Yeah, but that's what you said. You're like, it must be really nice to like make a lot of money. But then I thought money is always going to come in, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go shopping. Let's go to Vegas, Miami, spend $70,000, $80,000 a month on shopping. I was like a shopping addict. I'm like, yeah, money is going to always come in. We can always shop and just spend money. But I mean, I was young. I got money fast. And it is dangerous when you get money as a young person and you get success. You also get all the eyes on you. You get fame. I had a decent following, like 50,000. And then I was on a reality episode where they followed me for the day on Bling Life.
Okay.
In LA. And
so you had to spend for that.
I had to spend. That was actually one of the requirements. Like,
you need to spend 100K.
They're like, so what are you going to be doing when we follow you? I'm like, what should I be doing? Spending money. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how. I thought you guys want me to journal and see like the good side, but they just wanted like the flash life.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I think, especially I've seen it as well. A lot of these younger guys who come into money quickly.
Yes.
It's like if you get it too quick, without really needing to work too much for it, you don't respect it.
You don't respect it.
Yeah. I feel like...
I don't think I respect money as much.
Still.
Okay. I think... But that's only because I just know how to make money. It's the easiest thing to do. Money is the easiest thing to do and to make.
You know a lot of people would disagree with that, though.
100%. But because they just... It's like a game. Making money is like a game. Once you master the game, there's just new levels to unlock.
Yeah.
I know why men enjoy the game. Like when a lot of my friends are like, well, he didn't text me, he's just working. Because he's enjoying the game and the game is fun. I get it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the game too, and I don't respond to a lot of people.
I think there's a lot of people who first of all feel like they don't deserve it. Like for whatever reason, they're like, well, yeah, I can't do that. Like that's not for me. Which is... I've always felt like I've deserved a certain quality of life. I have standards for myself.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who just don't have that. And then they just accept the way things are. Which for me is always baffling. I'm always like, but you could literally, if you really wanted this and believed you deserved it, you could have it.
Yeah, but that's what you really said right now is it's all of it. It's they don't believe that they deserve it. But that also stems from they don't truly spend time on their craft. Because if you do spend time on your craft, you know, like I've spent like
it's like a natural side effect almost
of
like
everything that I've been doing.
If you're really good at something, or you're just really good at providing the value,
yeah,
you don't even need to sell. People come to you and be like, here's my money.
That's literally what I teach women, is how to literally have people beg you to like buy something from you.
Yeah.
But how do you get there? You get there because, you know, like I'm 26 today. I can count on two hands how many parties I've actually attended in my whole life. I say no more than I say yes. I'm very disciplined. My friends are like, well, let's go out. I'm like, well, let's not. What are you going to do? I'm at home working. I'm at home watching a video, learning about a skill, thinking, how can I grow my brand? Thinking, how can we make, you know, my offer better? How can we get more people to buy high ticket offers from us? Like studying the people that actually made a lot of money and like all the sacrifice. Of course I deserve it. I deserve even way more than I make today. But because I know how much I sacrificed from my 20s to get there, to have all the abundance of money, to have all that. And it's power, especially as a woman, to be like, I can always make money. But because I've worked on myself, my mindset, that's number one. One of also my superpowers is I know I'm always going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think I have this like emotional resilience that no matter what happens to me, no matter what bad, horrible thing God put in my life, I know it's going to be fine. And I know it was for me. Nothing happens to you, it happens for you. I know God made that happen so I can learn something, no matter if it was really, really bad or really, really good, so I can get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot get to the next level without learning all the lessons. So I am a very strong woman.
You don't worry.
I don't worry.
You don't think of, you're very optimistic about.
Extremely optimistic. Yeah. And I worry about people. Sometimes I'm like, if someone's going through something, I'm like, but they're not me. I don't know if they can handle that. And I always want to help them because I'm like, I can get over a breakup. I can get over losing $200,000 in crypto. I can get over all of that. But I don't know if you can get over it. I don't know if you can bounce back from whatever, you know, troubles that you're in. I know I will.
So how do you deal with it when like one of your friends is going through something and do you just give them a little pat on the back like it's going to be okay?
I mean, it's going to be okay. And then you just, you know, share some wisdom with them. It's like, what can I do? And I think, what can I do to help you? Like, if I was in your position, what would I do? And what are my resources that can help you? Mm-hmm. Like, is it money that we need to make more of? Okay, well, what are our options right now to make money? Is it a man? Well, we're not gonna get upset over a man because if he's not for you, he's not for you. There's an abundance of people on this earth. Mm-hmm. Why are we getting upset over a man? I just don't get it. I know for my life, God have always upgraded me, never downgraded me. Mm-hmm. And I know that's true for your life too. Whether it's relationships, businesses, it's always an upgrade. It's never a downgrade. So why would I worry? I might think right now, this is the best that I have, but if God took it away from me, I know way better is coming. So I should be actually happy.
Yeah.
Because I thought this is the best. But you're going to give me better? Let's do it.
Sometimes I don't even like being too comfortable. I actually miss those times when I was recovering from a heartbreak or from making a transition where I had to basically say no to all the money I was earning and start from scratch again. Like, you will never grind like you grind when you're in a situation like that.
So basically,
when guys complain, they're like, "Oh, what should I do? Like, my girl's left me." It's like, how are you not pissed off and going out there like?
Well, why did she leave you? For someone richer, better looking? Well,
that's fuel.
Get in the gym and get in your bag.
Yeah.
So we need to give you another heartbreak. So since you miss it, he's like, I miss a heartbreak.
I'm ready.
Okay, God.
Character development.
I need the next level. Let's go. And sometimes, you know, God is funny because, you know, last year, 2024, was just like I was just getting punched. Left, right, center, up, down. I'm like, God, okay, take it easy. Like, I'm ready for the blessing. Enough lessons. Let's go. Show me how good it can get.
Mm-hmm.
And he does. He always does.
What lessons? What hardships were you going through last year?
Sometimes God put people in your life for them not to stay. What?
A guy.
Just people. Just people.
Yeah.
But because that lesson, you would, and it's about business as well. I would not have learned about a certain type of business if I have not met that person.
Okay.
So I'm grateful.
How did you manage your friendship group or making friends with people when you were saying no to these, invitations to going out? When you were just like, look, I just want to friggin' learn and study. There's not many. I don't think there's many people like you.
Yeah. I actually don't have a lot of friends.
Oh.
I have very, very, very tight circle. And I don't think I've even known what a good friend is until like the past 2 years. I met one of, a girl, but she has the same mindset as me. It's like, let's go. And she was just here. She's from Miami. She was just here in Dubai a month staying with me. And you just got to find people that have the same vision as you because it makes it easier because the conversations are different. I can't be around women that just gossip and they have that broke mindset. It's like, oh, let's go to a beach club and find a guy. What? Like, what are we doing?
But that's very common here.
That's everyone here. Well, everyone in the world. That's just women. Like, I'm a woman and I know that's what women do. It's like, well, let's go out and just find someone. Why are we trying to find someone?
See, this is more people need to hear this.
The right person is going to come. Like, God... You know why I believe the right person was going to come? My brother lived in Canada for the past 9 years. His wife never been to Canada in her whole life. She lives actually in Palestine. And God made sure they meet in a way where he's never been to Palestine. He goes there, he sees her, he looks at her, he's like, that's my wife, right? And he was dating someone at that time. He's like, whoever I have, that's my girlfriend. This person is my wife. And 4 months later, they were engaged. A year later, they were married. And then now she's in Canada. So I believe, first of all, women, we don't know what we want. We're very emotional. We can think anyone in the street is the love of our life. Let's be real. So I don't trust really my emotions. I can look at anyone, I'm like, oh, that looks like a great husband for me. And he might be the worst person. But when a man knows that's my woman, and they usually know.
Most of the time. Unless she's...
You just have not experienced it.
No, unless she's rocked his world in the bedroom and he's not even thinking straight.
Well, beside that, before that, or maybe after that, yeah, I think most men know. Quality-wise, characteristics-wise.
Yeah.
Especially
when they get older. I think you...
Yeah, of course.
Guys in their early 20s...
No.
Will fall in love very easily and think, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
I've been there.
But I've been there. Yeah, my brother just turned 30 and he just knew.
Yeah.
When you know, he knows. So I'm like, why is our conversation as women always men? Because men, when they're together, the conversation is not, I know it's sometimes women, but usually it's businesses, growth, let's have crazy adventures, money, the gym. Sometimes it's women, but not that's the main topic where we're going to sit down on dinner and talk only about that.
Yeah. It's funny because sometimes I'll post some pictures where, I would go to a beach club with the guys and it would be like a catch up with the guys because we don't really get to do that very often because we're all busy doing our own thing.
Yeah.
My friends are quite successful and they're doing well. So it's one of the rare occasions where it's I can get the guys together and just talk and catch up.
Yeah.
And then there's a few people commenting saying where are the girls? It's why does it
have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just guys hanging out.
Yeah. But I think even your friends understand that you're busy most of the time because they also run successful businesses.
Yeah.
So I don't hang around just anyone.
Yeah.
Because energy is currency. I only want people around me that are going to make me better, richer, healthier, or just more elite in any sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just there or you're a nice girl, I don't care. If you're a nice guy, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to, whenever I feel as though someone is getting offended because I can't spend enough time with them, then I'm like, you just don't get it. Like, I have a lot going on. And when I'm spending time with them, for me, that means a lot because I've wiped my calendar. I'm like, I am spending the day with you.
Quality time as an entrepreneur is the biggest, most expensive thing you can give anyone, especially women. But a woman that have never had a business won't understand that.
Yeah.
She can have a job, but a job, you clock in, you're doing your work, you clock out, and that's it. Like, brain shut off. As an entrepreneur, my brain is always working. Like, I'm always thinking, like, did we post this? What is the closers doing? YouTube, the brand, tomorrow, this video, there's 10,000 things in my mind nonstop. And it doesn't stop. So even if I'm spending time with someone, if I'm not intentional about it, they're going to be like, you're such a horrible friend because you're not even like here. You're here physically, but you're not here mentally.
I think that's one of the hardest things as an entrepreneur. And like,
I think as a man,
for women as well, for you clearly, it's that ability to be fully present and try and switch all the noise off.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. I think the last time I had a situation like that was when I was working like a normal 9 to 5, where the moment you leave work, it's like, see ya. And then you don't have to think about anything. Like,
and it's great. And it's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, we get paid not for the physical work we do. We get paid for the mental work we do every single day.
Yeah. But that's why I don't know if everybody's cut out for it.
100%. It's not for everyone. It's a lot. I tell people, if your entrepreneurship looks fun, people see us traveling, doing random things on random days. But it's like,
there's a lot of it.
The heaviness that just comes with it, because it's heavy. Especially for me, like me and my brother retired my parents. So it's like, there's no backup plan. I'm the backup plan. Yeah. My brother is the backup plan. If we don't figure it out, who's going to figure it out? Who's going to pay the bills for my mom and dad and my siblings? So that responsibility is heavy, but it's fun, but it's still heavy.
Yeah. Have you got advice for networking, particularly women? I feel like, especially here, it's difficult for someone like yourself, a woman who is, she's on a grind, she's focusing on a business. She wants to find other like-minded individuals. Where the hell do they go? Because even I've had some past relationships where I've tried to encourage them to, like, don't hang out with them. They're not good. Like, and I'm not happy with you hanging out with them. Like, please go find some, like, nice, hardworking women. But I was like, she's like, where can I find them?
Exactly.
Like,
where can you find them? Well, I don't really believe in like networking. Networking events are great, but I don't really network like that. I think once you have something to bring to the table, you're going to attract the right people and both parties benefit. That's when women like me are going to network with the other person. That's when men like you are going to network with the other person. You're not just out here trying to network with anyone.
Well, yeah, because then everybody wants to suck something out of you.
And what are you getting?
Yeah.
So I believe work on yourself, whether it's you want to build your social media, you want to build a brand, build that, become so good at whatever you're doing, and then you can network and people can see like, wow, okay, you're doing something. And I know there's going to be a mutual value that we can provide for each other. But it's going to be hard for that woman to network with someone so elite if her life is just not much achievements. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Quick interruption, guys. Have you noticed how a lot of the guests that I've been speaking to on this podcast have taken the leap and built something meaningful for themselves? They didn't just think about it or make excuses. They took a risk and they made it happen. I don't want to hear about why you can't do it and why your situation is different. It's exactly why I have created the digital playbook for you. This is a step-by-step guide to you building your online presence, your social media following, and ultimately monetizing that following so you can live a life of freedom, both financially and geographically. So talk to me about branding, personal branding, because that's a big thing you do.
Yes, branding is everything. I think, and you know this, if you have a good brand, people will literally throw opportunities at you and you get to pick and choose what you want to allow, what you want to take. Now, a good brand does not mean just a lot of followers, because a lot of people, you can buy followers. You can just have like funny memes and stuff and have a lot of followers. But do people respect you and look at you and your brand and be like, wow, I can learn from Mike. I look up to him. I want to be like him. And when you have a respectable brand that has authority, and I think for men, it's a little bit easier, but for women, because we just want to look cute. We want to be like liked so much. Like, I want to just be aesthetic and soft life and feminine. And you can be all of those things. But if people don't respect you as soon as they meet you, they're not going to pay you the big bucks. So when you brand like a CEO, not like an influencer, because there's a big difference, that's when you're going to be making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Not like the cute little brand deals. That's not going to pay anyone's bills.
Yeah. I think the problem a lot of people have these days is they're chasing the likes, or they're thinking they're trying to go viral, and then they end up almost selling out or just doing cheesy things in order to get that engagement. But then you just end up building a load of followers, like you said, who just don't really respect you. And then you're so busy doing the most random shit.
That
everyone's like, what are you known for? What are you about?
Exactly. And that's most people, because likes, like, I get likes, you get likes. It gets addicting. You're like, I just want more views. I want more likes. But it's like, how many people are buying from us from these views? Like, what is the message? Likes don't pay us. Like, maybe back in the days, if you have a lot of views on like TikTok and something, you can make a lot of money. Today, everyone gets views and likes. So that's not what's gonna make you rich by any means. Now, I do still want to go viral, but I still want to go viral in what I am known for, is helping more women make money on social media and CEO money, not little pennies. And if it's anything off my, like, I can tomorrow do like workouts videos on my Instagram, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna go viral, but that's not my brand, right? I could be a great fitness influencer, but that will have to be a whole rebranding, and that's not what I'm known for.
Well, yeah, and then you're gonna confuse people.
Yeah, like what? Why?
Yeah,
I can work out. That can be part of my routine, but that's not what people know me for and come to me for.
Yeah,
I'm very known on why do women come to me? Not to get their bodies right, but to get this right and this right, which is the pocket.
Yeah. Well, you actually, as you said, you've been going viral a couple of times. Instagram has been showing me some of your videos. I think there's some women who I follow who've been reposting to your story. So I was like, who the hell is this person?
I love them.
And then I found out you were here, and I was like, okay, I'm curious.
It's by the girls, for the girls. I speak the truth that most women want to talk about, but I'm the voice for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works. Like you found your thing.
Yeah.
But have you found that like other people have tried to copy your style?
But 100%. Like if you just look at my feed, it's all, I don't think copying, I think inspired. At the end of the day, I do teach branding. So if another woman is doing what I'm doing, I'm like, yes, please do it and do it better than me. Yeah. But make sure you add your own.
Just don't say exactly the same thing word for word.
And sometimes they do, but it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've done it before, back in the days. As long as you just know how to add your own thing eventually.
Yeah.
So you are known for something, because people can look at you and be like, that's literally what Afnan says all the time. Who are you? Like, tell me, who are you? Yeah. But I teach women, like, yes, copy my strategies, maybe not exactly what I do, but copy my strategies. What is the brand pillars? What is the content pillars that we're going to be posting? Psychology of branding, things that go viral, how to become the most known in your niche, what is working, and so like that's all I teach women. But still add your own thing.
Yeah. But they can't try and replicate what you've done because they may have not developed and acquired the skills which you have. So then I guess the question would be, you probably get it a lot, like women coming to you and they're just like, I don't even know what I should make content about. Like, I don't know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
So then how do you dive into that?
I always tell them, like, what do people usually come to you for? Friends, family, like, what do they come to you for? What kind of advice? Maybe it's like, oh my God, you have such a great style. Like, can you style me today?
Yeah.
Maybe it's makeup. Maybe it's about health. Maybe it's about you just do a lot of research on skincare. Maybe it's like personal shopping and you know all the right places to buy. Whatever it is, you probably know. You just gotta like sit down and think, what do people usually come to me for advice for?
Yeah. Do you find that there's quite a lot of them who are camera shy or not confident in putting themselves out there?
100%. 100%. But I mean, women, we have this thing where it's like I know we always say like Delulu is the Salulu, right? You've seen that on Instagram, on TikTok.
Delulu Salulu.
Delulu is the Salulu.
Okay, no.
As in,
I never gone. I don't have TikTok on my phone.
It just means like delusion is the solution.
Okay.
So, but in
that
like
sounds right.
in like feminine terms, like Delulu is the Salulu. So we're so delusional about so many things in our life, especially women. We're delusional like, oh my God, did I gain weight today? My hair looks X type of way. My makeup is... So we're delusional. Oh my God, this person said this about me or thought this about me. So why can't we be delusional about the right things? So when someone says I'm shy, I'm like, you're not shy. How are you shy from a camera? A camera is literally a non-object. Like it's a camera. If you're shy in front of people, then I would understand. But to put yourself on social media, I think it's the best business for introverts. I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I love being around people. I perform way better when I'm around people. So being on camera is actually hard for me because I'm like, no one's watching me. Why do I need to perform?
Why do
I need people listening. I need the body language. So if you're an introvert and you're shy, the perfect business for you to make a lot of money is to be on social media. It's a camera.
Yeah. That was me.
Are you an introvert?
Now I've trained myself to be an extroverted introvert.
Yes.
So I can perform and deliver when I need to, but my social battery is very small. Which, if there's one thing I could change about myself, it would be that.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like when I might have gone and done something very social for a day or half a day, and then there will just come a point where it's just like
done, crash.
And people think that like I'm just being rude, and I'm like, I cannot do anything right. I need to just leave. Like, let me just go be by myself for a few hours, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It took me a while to find that out, though.
But this is why you're great on camera.
Yeah, I did my method was tripod, camera, nobody in the room.
Not even videographers?
No, I don't want a videographer. I just wanted to be alone. So I practiced, and then I watched myself back and learned how to edit. Just repeat that. I was doing all my YouTube videos by myself.
Wow,
2,
for how
3
many
years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was like,
and then
I should probably get some help now.
I should outsource this.
Yeah, but it was very weird, that transition of being in a safe, empty, quiet environment, and then having
someone.
Okay, now you're going to start collaborating with people.
Yeah.
So now there's somebody else involved. And then, okay, now you're in a public place and now you've got people watching you.
Yeah.
So that transition was like, I'd been doing it for 2 years, YouTube, and then it was like start from scratch again.
Wow.
So I think it's a skill, really.
Yeah,
like,
but you just confirmed that it's literally for introverts. And women are like, I'm shy. I don't like being on camera, but it's like, it's literally for shy people.
Mm-hmm.
Or just introverts, people that don't like a lot of people. That's the best business to make a lot of money.
So you don't like being alone for too long?
This is such a so it's I always say God is so funny because I was actually very scared when I was younger back in Saudi of being alone. I almost got my worth from being beside someone. Like, I'm powerful because I'm beside you. When I'm alone, I have no power. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm like in my head. So what does God do? He's like, oh, you don't like being alone? Perfect. Let's move you to a new country where you know no one. And in 7 years living there, I'm going to make sure you're going to feel like you don't fit in. And anytime you meet someone, you're like, I don't vibe with these people. And you're not going to speak proper English. You're going to have broken English when you go there. And you're going to be broke. Your dad's going to call you, tell you, you're on your own, get a job. And you're going to have to hustle. And you're going to have to figure all these things alone so you can start enjoying and loving your alone time. Because it was so uncomfortable. I would actually have an anxiety being alone. Which is the opposite of...
It's crazy. I love being alone.
Now, I love being alone.
Yeah.
I enjoy my presence. But it took years of me working on like loving my alone time and being at peace with my own thoughts.
Yeah, what were the conversations you were having with yourself to begin with?
What conversations?
Yeah, when you were just by yourself, like, what are you thinking about?
I was just thinking like, maybe...
Because you said you're an optimistic person, so...
Yeah, but that also took work. The conversation would be like, it was mainly like, I'm lost. What am I doing? Right? What is happening? I'm bored. I need to do something. I was not like able to just... I was also kind of like shy-ish to talk to people if I'm alone. So I'm like, oh my God, what are they gonna think? What am I saying? What if I look like this? But if you have someone, it's easier. It's like, okay, well, you can call both of us crazy or stupid. It's fine. But you can't call me alone crazy or stupid. But I remember when I got to Canada, every single day for like 18, 19, 20, 21, I wouldn't listen to music. The only thing I would listen to is like Tony Robbins on YouTube. Yeah. Like, it was just regular motivation, like, be powerful, be da da da. And it's like, I think that's what made me really, really positive. Because in Saudi, I don't think I was the most positive person, but because I listened to so much positivity and I just trained my brain to be okay with risks, to be okay with being alone, to be okay with like uncertainty, being uncomfortable. Like, I love being uncomfortable. People call it an anxiety, I call it butterflies. I don't need a man to have butterflies. I mean, I need a man, but I have butterflies all the time because I'm so uncomfortable. It's like, we had a chill week, so I'm calling my videographer, we need to do a crazy weekend. So we're going to do events, podcasts, we're going to go to this, and it's going to be a packed 5 days where we're going to be uncomfortable every single day. We're going to just want to be in bed, but we're going to be on the grind because we have goals and we can't be uncomfortable. So I crave that because I've seen on the other side of me having those butterflies, what's the result? It's always growth. It's always like, wow, this is so good. We made more money. We grew. We met someone. More impact, more followers, more views, whatever the case is. And we're better. But I chase butterflies.
So what are like the top 3 things that scare you now? Because I'm sure there's a lot of things that scared you. I feel like you've overcome quite a lot of them. So as you get more accomplished as an individual and you're just doing the things that scare you, but now you've done them, so you're not scared of them anymore. You have to keep finding these new things that scare you.
But I think it's still scary because you have now more eyes watching you.
Oh yeah, true.
So I'm doing the same things. I'm still doing the same videos, but it's like, we don't have 150,000 followers. We have 700,000 followers.
Yeah, I was doing a part 2 of a video which got 10 million views.
Okay, on YouTube.
Yeah, and I was like, it's my most viewed video. I was like, so we're doing a part 2, and I'm like, it's easy going to get over 1 million views.
Yeah.
Usually when I do a video, I don't think twice about it. But when you know a lot of people are going to watch this, for the first time doing a video, I was like uncomfortable beforehand. The night before, I was like, I need to be on my shit. Like, I need to bring the best version of myself that I can bring.
more eyes, more responsibility, because now you're leading all the women that look up to you. And it's like, you could have a small like mistake, that maybe something you said or something that you did that maybe it's not that big, but that's a responsibility, because maybe another man is looking at you and they're like, well, if Mike is doing that, I can do it too.
Yeah.
And maybe that was not the best thing for them to do. And that's what I think about. I'm like, I speak a lot about how women should think. So I'm always careful, like, okay, more people are watching us. I need to be very careful to not... We don't want women to be independent. That's never what I want women to be. I want you to always have your own safety, your own power, your own money, but still have the man lead in all areas in your life, because we need men. 1,000% we need men. But we also have seen what our mothers, what our grandmothers, what even women in general went through when they fully depended on a man, and maybe that was not the best man. But I want to always have the odds in my favor. I don't want to... My risks are calculated.
Yeah. You want a choice. Yeah. That's fair enough.
So, yeah, the risk has to always be calculated.
Have you done a lot of public speaking?
Yes, and that used to scare me. I used to like literally would shake when, especially on stages. I would go like, I'm on stage, there is like 10,000 people. In my eyes, it's
10,000
black.
people. Wow.
I've spoken in front of 30,000 people before.
Nice.
Yeah. It
What
was...
was that for?
Huh?
What was that for? What event?
It was for basically sales and network marketing, which is related to my company.
So how do you get good at that? I still feel that's an area that I need to conquer.
Well, how you get good at public speaking?
Just fucking throw yourself into it.
You have to do it multiple times. So I would say what I did is a lot of smaller events that maybe I would host and so on and so forth. That's number one. Number two, it's all preparation. Like, I'm preparing for the speech. Just like we're preparing for a podcast, because you can't wing it. A podcast, he was actually asking me, my videographer, are you nervous for the podcast? I'm like, no, I'm not nervous for a podcast. But earlier I had an event. I was nervous for an event because there's a timeline. No one is asking you questions. So you need to go through the things that make sense in the order.
And are you on the stage by yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? A panel is easy. You can just ask, but it's like, well, you have 30 minutes. Go inspire all these women and say something that better change their life in 30 minutes. No pressure. And you're the first speaker too. Great. So I still get nervous for events, but I feel like I've done it enough times that I always just take... Number one, I practice a lot. I prepare. It's all in the preparation. Like, I'm taking notes. I'm listening to other podcasts. I'm presenting to myself, like in the living room, at least 5 times before I'm actually doing the presentation to the audience. So I know what to expect. It's not a full script, but there's always points, and then you can go ahead and explain from examples, your life lessons, and you just gotta really do it a lot of times, but it's always gonna feel scary.
Yeah, but it always helps if, first of all, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and you're actually passionate about it.
Yeah,
I remember there was a few times in school and university when I had to do presentations on some weird mathematical equation. It's just like, not feeling too confident right now.
Because you had no idea. I didn't
care, bro. I'm like, what am I doing up here?
But another thing that's actually really helpful is I always just take myself out of it. I feel like we're nervous because we're like, what would people think if I say the wrong thing? What if I mess up? But it's like, I always remember, it's not about me. It's about that other woman that is sitting in the crowd that's going to look at me, and she's going to get inspired by something I said, and she's going to be like, wow, she literally spoke life to me. Now I can go ahead and do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
So it's not about me. So I'm removing myself from the whole... It's not about me. It's about the people. And that takes the pressure off it.
Are you doing a lot of one-to-one coaching?
Yes. So
I would imagine you're probably quite high in demand right now, especially since I saw your story where you gained like 191,000 followers or something in the past month.
Yeah, I actually went...
Fake followers.
Yeah, they're probably fake. They're actually probably fake.
No, that's impressive.
Thank you. But I went from 280,000.
When?
February, right when I went to Miami. If you only know the story, I'll tell you behind the scenes because it's a wild story. Miami changed my life.
In a good way.
That trip changed my life.
Okay.
In a very good way.
Okay.
The things that I've learned, the people that I've met, the breakthroughs, and I had no reason to be in Miami. But God was like, I was so miserable here, and I'm never miserable in Dubai because I love Dubai. And it's like, I felt the need to, like, I need to go to Miami. It's like, why do I need to go to Miami? What's there in Miami? Like, it's a party scene. I have my friends live there. And I messaged my friend, I'm like, I need to see you. I need to come to Miami. And she's like, yeah, you can come anytime. And I'm like, I'm going to come like in 3 days. And she's like, what is happening? Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm so miserable. I just need to come see you in Miami. And I went and we didn't even go out. She was busy launching her own offer. I was like sick half of the time, but the people that we met, the information that we had, it was just all aligning in a way where we've had the biggest month we've ever had last month in revenue. We had the biggest high ticket, like, because we do also high ticket. So we have
that's on your website.
Hmm?
That's on your website.
No, that's just the coaching community, where it's a school community where we teach women how to brand, but it's just videos and I'm in the community, but we do high ticket
Which was the one that's like
1-on-1,
$1.5 grand.
Yeah, that's the community.
Okay, so that's not the high ticket.
No.
Nice.
That's not high ticket. That's low ticket. High ticket is 10,000 to 20,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but that's 1-on-1 for 3 months. And you actually get to know what to do, how to build the brand, exact steps, blueprint, ways for you to make money from whatever you're passionate about. Like, it's an exact blueprint that is going to change any woman's life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you vet people and check them out before you work to them on a one-to-one basis?
Well, we qualify them.
Yeah.
Do you have the money? What is your business? Like, can we actually help you? Because some businesses is like, okay, well, I have no idea. It's like very far-fetched. Like, we had a woman that does with like drugs. like actual drugs. I think she grows in
weed.
Yes, in Thailand or something.
Okay.
So I'm like, I have no clue. It's not something I would ever want to even tap into. Like, I just don't understand it. So we cannot help you.
Yeah.
So yeah, people.
Not a good business venture in the Middle East.
I mean, you can make a lot of money outside.
Yeah.
Don't do it in Dubai.
Not good for the personal brand if you do it here.
No, not in Dubai. But no, she was not in Dubai.
Yeah.
She's in Thailand.
So your clients are winning. Nice.
Yeah. And, you know, and usually it's interesting because, you know, men want to be rich, men want to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of women in my DMs throughout my career that they're like, well, Afnan, I know you're doing all these big numbers, but for me, I just want to like pass by.
10K a month.
10K. Yeah. I'm not greedy. That's always the line. I'm not greedy. I don't want too much. I'm like, yeah, but your standard is your ceiling, and this is why you're never gonna get there.
Yeah. Because
you don't want too much. The people that want too much are the ones that are gonna get everything that they want. But you don't want too much, and money don't like that. Yeah. They're not gonna get attracted to someone that's like, oh, I just want a little bit of you. No. Yeah. They want to go to the people that want a lot of them.
And what about you? You're not even there yet. There's levels.
What does that mean?
You just want to keep earning more and more and more.
Yeah.
Because you're comfortable, but clearly you're not comfortable.
Yeah, of course. Like, I see, you know, the big dogs, how much they're making, the big boys, and it's like, why can't we have the Bugattis and the private jets? Just a matter of time. Matter of time.
But you know what I've noticed? I don't know whether it's just a new age of social media, particularly in Dubai. There's a lot of people who've made money. I'm like, how the fuck have you made money?
Yeah.
And there's never really an answer. I know some people, I still to this day don't know how they make their money, but they're making good money.
But how much money are we talking?
I mean, we're talking like 6 figures a month.
Like low 100K, high 500K, 600K?
well, I don't know the exact numbers, but they're comfortable with a capital C. They're doing good.
Capital C.
But I feel like there's a lot of people who are not necessarily very ethical.
100%.
That's that they earn their money.
1,000%.
So there is I feel like there's lessons need to be taught to these people, especially people who if you want to build a strong personal brand, you can't be fucking scamming people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of scammers out there.
There's a lot of scammers.
Like selling the lifestyle. I mean, I see this a lot with the guys.
Yeah.
It's like just so typical. It's like, okay, come to Dubai,
Get the
live
Lambo.
the flashiest life, rent the Lambo, go to nice places, just post this glamorous life you live. And be like, hey,
you can have it too.
So these people
if you only buy my course,
they have no business.
Yeah.
Their business is selling people the dream.
The dream.
And it's just like, it's a cycle.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
That is true. There's a lot of it.
But then they are giving people who do have courses, like genuinely good courses, a bad name.
A bad name.
Because if you sell a course, it's like, people roll their eyes. Like,
always. Another, especially on social media, like, another person that sells a course. Yeah. But courses changed my life. I wouldn't be here without a course, without mentorship, events. Like, I always tell women, if there is one thing that you need to invest in, forget that bag, forget these things that you buy, and you know what I mean, the bodies that we buy. The number one thing that you want to actually invest in is mentorship, course, a program, an event, a mastermind. I've invested before like $40,000 into masterminds, $100,000 into masterminds. That's like for the year. But the knowledge that I got out of that is like,
it's a fast track, and
I wouldn't have learned it for like another 10 years. I'll be like 36. That's too young. I know you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm 34 now. Yeah.
No, you're young. That's good.
Was there any other women on the mastermind, or was it mostly men?
Mostly men.
Yeah.
But you knew that already.
Yeah. Well, I do mine every so often. I'm like,
all men.
Yeah, but there's so much footage of men that women are like, oh yeah, it's only for men.
It's only men.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I might even do the next one where it's like, look, I'm allocating these number of seats only for women.
You should. You should.
Maybe get you to do a guest appearance. That'll probably bring some people.
I would love to. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get a bunch of women. I like that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually if there is women, they're married and their partner is there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like a power couple.
Yeah. It's funny because I put together a course. Just basically, I had so many people asking me, well, how did you go from Mike the personal trainer to where you are today?
That's like the best course you can ever put, like ever. See, I'm not even joking. Like, I know probably, I mean, I go to 7 gym, right? And all these personal trainers, you need to buy your course.
Yeah. But that's the funny thing, because I go to 7, I go to a few gyms.
Yeah.
And I noticed from the 5 years I've been here, there's still the same PTs. Now,
every day.
I won't, maybe they're happy and that's what they like to do. So I'm not going to knock it. But I'm pretty sure if they had an opportunity to step it up,
yeah,
like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Like, how many times can you count to 10?
A lot of people are actually moving from different countries to be personal trainers here. So, do your course. Yeah. You're gonna like, I think it's gonna really like, I've never seen a course like that. Because I think your brand is very unique. I've seen personal trainers that sell stuff. Yeah. But I think how you've built it, YouTube, the people that you're around, how you connect with people, how you network, like that's what I would want to know. Yeah. How are you networking? YouTube, how are we growing it? What is the tips about YouTube? Yeah. How did you do the shift from being just like the fitness guy to... That
was probably one of the hardest things I've done. Because you're rebranding yourself in a way. You know, you're known for being this guy, like Mike, the coach. And I was like, I don't want this anymore. Yeah. Like, first of all, I was bored of making the same content over and over again. And second of all, I was like, okay, so this is good for now, but I can't rely on my looks like long into the future.
Yeah. Which is...
there'll be a point where things will start to depreciate.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it going for as long as I can.
Yeah.
But it will get to the point where it's like nobody's going to want to see you posing topless in the gym at 45 years old. So it's like, okay, we need to kind of move away from that.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I think moving to Dubai definitely helped, but also reaching out and collaborating with people who are not in
that industry.
Yeah.
Like what you just said is like a $10,000 tip.
Yeah. But I think people are too caught up in thinking that what they are doing at this point in time defines them.
Yeah.
And that's like what they're going to do for the rest of their life.
And it's okay to change. I love that you just said that, because for me, I was always known to be like, you know, the crypto girl, investing girl. And now it's like, I still do that, but that's not what I'm most passionate and I'm the best at. I'm the best at branding.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever industry you're in digital marketing, you're network marketing, you are selling a product, you have your own company. We can take your brand. I can show you how to take your brand in a way where your brand will be the best in your niche. When anyone think about a skincare line, a hair care line, they only think about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like now when we think of shapewear, who do we think about? Kim Kardashian, Skims. The same branding can apply to any business out there. But I know that's my superpower.
Yeah.
So this was actually what I've been trying to shift in the past couple months. I would say 3-4 months. But I think people adapt. It's okay to change. I'm not defined by anything. People love me for me, not for what I do.
Yeah.
And that's also branding.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you brand yourself? Like, you're the product. It's not anything. Tomorrow you can do crypto.
Well, you can, probably that's not good. The way I kind of did it was I still fed the original subscribers what they wanted. So it'd be like, here's a couple of gym videos, like, calm down. And then let me give you some, or just do some new stuff to bring in a different audience.
Smart.
Or I see a lot of people doing it now is they're kind of branching off a little bit and just making very niche pages where they're just going in and talking about a particular topic.
Yeah.
So like I kind of like with my Instagram is just like to be honest, I just post things I like. And it's just, I see it as my business card.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like get as many followers as possible.
Okay.
But you know, that'd be nice if it did happen. I'm not growing the same amount as you. Maybe I
not 200,000 followers.
Tips off you. But like, it's like, okay, so I don't want to bombard people with the gym stuff. I don't want to be friggin' topless in every single photo. So then like, okay, let me just create my fitness page, which is all about fitness. So if you like fitness, go to the fitness page.
Which is smart.
And then there's also like, there's potentially something different I could do. Maybe whereas Mike does some business and I just sit and talk about business stuff. Because I remember when I released the course, one of the mistakes I made was I just dropped it out of nowhere to my big audience. So not once had I ever talked about my journey and, you know, the art of networking, building a personal brand, like all these things which I knew, but I just didn't talk about it.
The pre-launch. So
there was no pre-launch. It was like,
that's more important than
here's
the
launch.
A course. Buy it.
And everyone was like, oh, no, I'm going to buy a course.
Yeah, that's
like,
so.
You haven't given me a reason to buy it in the first place.
You gotta warm them up.
Yeah.
It's like,
so that was a big mistake I made. That's
like, why did you do that? I'm pretty sure you're so good with women and you don't just go to women. It's like, let's just
let's go to the bedroom.
Right? You're like warming it up and like doing what you have to do and selling the vision and sharing the journey.
I think it was just because I don't know. I just thought they.
But that's something a lot of people actually do. And that's something that this is why people should buy your course.
Yeah, like if it was a course where I was teaching people to get in shape, then it would have made a lot more sense and it would have been a lot less resistance.
Yeah.
But this was very off topic for what I usually talk about.
So, when was that released?
I don't remember. It was like over a year ago.
Okay.
So I don't talk about it too much because it's just like my main social media platforms and that's not the place to talk about it.
Yeah.
Unless I do like a Q&A or whatever. But there's like, that's the thing. If I really wanted to go hardcore with selling it, I could do.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that's it's a resource to help people if they want the help.
Which is good.
I don't want to be known as a guy who sells courses.
Yeah.
Like that. We've gone beyond that at this stage.
Yeah.
But there's good money in it though.
There's very
especially
good money.
If you have, and you help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. But I like what you said is like, there's so many people that's their just main source of income is just selling a course.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the only way you make money, it's a problem.
Yeah. And I can't say names, but there is, there's people.
We all know the names. We know them. Everyone watching knows the names.
You can see they're trying to get away from that. So now they're kind of going in a different direction, trying to be like investors and things like that. But they'll do well.
Yeah, of
course. They'll smash it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, it's funny to see from the outside that is the person that they've become. And a large degree of their success and income is from that.
From that.
And then they're like, oh shit, like I need to
do something.
I need to do something else.
Yeah, because it's not going to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about releasing any kind of like a product?
Soon.
Yeah.
End of this year.
Can't say too much though, can you?
Can't say too much.
Because all your students are probably going to copy you.
We're not worried about that. But yeah, we have a lot in the works. But I really, my favorite thing to do is events and coaching. Because again, I'm a people person. I love being around people. I love like talking to people, impacting people. So that is always going to be my favorite thing to do. It's just not going to be my main thing. But a product's coming.
How do you decide who you'll go into business with or partner up with on any future projects? I would imagine now, which I have experienced, when you do see this rise in social media following, more people come knocking at the door, wanting to do something, wanting something from you, like, oh, I got this idea, or we should do this, we should do that. So what goes through your mind when these opportunities present yourself? What do you say yes or no to?
Well, I'm only saying yes if it makes sense. And who's the person behind it? Like, what's their character? Because I never want to be... I think the most important thing that I have always carried with me is who my associations is. Like, who you're going to see me on a podcast with.
Yeah.
Because I have people that are asking me for a podcast, and it's like, that's not a good association that I want to have. Your past reputation is quite, wild for... Even if that's not me and I've never done that, but I would never want that association. So that's number one. It's like, what's the character?
So Fresh and Fit is coming to mind. You know what though? They need to start recruiting people like you on Fresh and Fit.
From Miami.
Yeah, they have like the worst caliber of women on ever, and it's like.
But I think that's on purpose though, like because that's how you troll them, like, and
they're not challenged.
Yes, they want, but it's. I think it's just, you said it, it's just like a trolling podcast. Fun to watch. Sometimes you're like, wild, what is going on? But for sure, I would never, ever. But even other people, like, I've had women reach out to me and they're amazing women now, but it's like your past is not very...
It's not squeaky clean.
You've done some things and maybe, you go back to God and stuff, but that's still your past. And I'm not one to judge, but I'm also not one to be associated with that.
That's why it's so important to say no to these shiny, tempting.
I'm not trying to be seen around anyone, but that's also like who you hang around with, people you do business with, podcast events, like, because people are gonna put like, oh, who's Mike, who's Afnan? Oh, well, they're with that person. I know that person. They do XYZ, so Afnan and Mike, they probably do the same thing. They don't distinguish like, oh, well, Mike is his own thing. Afnan, no, like, it's like, oh, so actually Alex Hormozi said it. He's like, I'm not doing events anymore and I'm not doing podcasts anymore because people always think me and the person that I'm, on the podcast with or doing the event with, we're the same. And he's like, we're not the same. I'm like, wow, I want to get to that level. We're not the same.
That's the problem I've had with the game of podcasting is I like to speak to some people who I'm curious about, but maybe they don't have the best reputation. And then people think because I'm sat down and talking to them, because I'm trying to figure them out. I'm like, why are you this way? Like, you've done some pretty shady stuff. You're a bit of an odd guy. Like, why are you like this?
Yeah.
And then they think that, the picture of me and the person together, and they're like, oh, they're the same. They're probably collaborating. They're going to do something in the future.
That is...
It's like,
that's hard because you're the host.
Yeah.
So it is hard.
And then you can't control like whatever they're going to do after the podcast.
Why do I know it?
Like, some people come back to the podcast and then they're like, oh, associating with these types of people, are you? And it's like, well,
you should have known better, because now where are they?
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't tell the future.
Yeah.
But I think, I'm happy with where I am today because I never took any shortcuts. I never went down the easy route or the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Like, if you can run background checks on me. Like, I haven't done any weird, freaky stuff. Like, I've done everything the hard way, and I've
by the book.
Yeah, I've worked hard for my money.
Yeah,
I've not ripped people off, and that's a great position to be in.
And people respect that.
Yeah.
And I think this is why I don't think you get a lot of hate.
No. I think that, there's like...
Of course.
The most I would get is like, oh, you take steroids.
Oh. Do you?
No. But because it looks like I do, people just assume I'm lying. So that's what people, they get me for.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not doing anything else to piss people off that I can think of.
I think if someone watches you long enough, they're going to understand like what kind of man you are and what's your values. Because I think you show that very well on your podcasts, on your vlogs, even when you just record your own videos. I think people can see that. But they just need to watch you a little bit before they make. But if they just see like the picture, who you're with, people then sure, I can understand why they would hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is something very, very, very important for me, is like, especially with women, because a lot of women make a lot of money, but like, how are we making that money?
Yeah.
Right? Is it just like a sugar daddy? Is it OnlyFans? And that's a reputation, especially as a woman, that I never want to be associated with. Like, no. We've done things the hard way. You said it. Why didn't you take the shortcut? Any woman can take the shortcut. But it's like, for me, that's not a shortcut. That's just like you running your reputation. You devaluing yourself as a woman, because it is devaluing yourself. You're an object, suddenly. You don't respect yourself, so you expect no one to respect you. And it shows, because buying you is so cheap. And even if buying you is like $20,000, that's still cheap.
Yeah. And once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, because you get addicted.
You can't erase that.
Yeah.
Like, if you've uploaded a few naked photos,
someone's
they'll be leaked somewhere.
Yeah.
They'll be there forever. And then you're right. Like, when you get a taste for making easy money like that, it's very hard to go and
grind,
work a normal job.
And say no to things and just learn skills and do all the boring things that we talk about all the time, of course.
You refuse to work with people like that?
100% no.
Yeah.
I literally had like a girl ask me for a podcast, and I'm like, no.
Oh, okay.
What are we going to talk about in the podcast? How successful I am? But
that'd be a weird conversation.
Yeah, because
two very different people.
We're too different. And even if you stop doing it, I mean, I'm not God to judge, but I'm judging. Why did we go that route? What made us go that route? Fatherless, bad childhood, whatever it is, you did not have to take that route. No woman should take any route that's that low. No matter what circumstance you come from, no matter how broke you were, there's other ways. Just go get a regular job. If that's my worst case scenario. If anything happens, we can just go get a regular job. But we have so many skills that would never happen. But my worst case scenario is not doing all that to just keep an image.
You think it's more normalized now?
100%. It's so normalized. Like, so this is why I say no to hanging around women, because I remember when I came here to Dubai, like my first 3-4 months, I knew people, we knew of each other. So they weren't like my friends, but it's like, well, I don't know anyone here. And they're asking me to hang out. So yeah, let's go hang out. You know, I need some type of life. I have no one here. I moved alone. And it's like, we're sat at dinner and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to finesse this guy. And like, he's going to send me this much money and he's going to buy me this. And I'm like, that just sounds like a full-time job. Like, you guys are professional at this. And they're not bad women, but they're
Professional finessers.
professional manipulator, finessers, adding so many men on the roster to just like have... But it's like, that's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
If you just take that energy and actually put it into a business, actually put it into making money, you'd make so much more money consistently.
Yeah.
Not 1 month off, 1 month on.
Yeah.
It's draining responding to all these people, making sure you're liked by all these people. Like, that, I don't know, that honestly sounds like hard work.
Yeah.
So I applaud them because it is hard work. I can't do it. It's a full-time job. It's more than a full-time job.
Mm. What do you look for in a guy?
Tall hat. No, I'm kidding. Someone, honestly, it's really two things. An ambitious guy, someone that wants to do better, right? Because, I mean, you can have money, but like, I'm not into athletes because to me, I can't relate. I need an entrepreneur. You're going to understand my struggles. I'm going to understand your struggles. We can, bounce off ideas. We don't need to be in business together because I don't want to do business with someone. Like, no, we're not doing that. I don't want you like in front of my face all the time. No. But bounce off ideas. I'll understand you, understand me. So I need an entrepreneur. I don't do athletes or like football players and all of that, Ambitious man of God. Someone that knows that I need to do good in my life and treat my woman right and never want to harm me because I'm scared of God.
Mm. What if he was like that, but he wasn't the man of God? If he was unsure?
What is that?
So someone who is maybe not fully religious, but he still believes in being a good person and doing all those things he said.
Yeah, but sometimes it's tempting to just,
not be a good person.
You can be a good person and still cheat. You don't think so? You can be a good person and still not treat your woman in the most absolute...
Yeah, you'll probably figure out ways to justify your behaviors.
Yeah, but if you're scared of something, which is God, because God is always watching us, you're going to be like, well, I need to do good, not because just my well-being. There's God.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if religion will become a bigger thing in my life as I get older.
I hope so.
I spoke to some people and they're like, one of the best things you can do is find religion.
Yeah.
But I've never really brought up around it.
Because
but I would say I'm spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still yet to find that path.
I think you're a smart man. And I think you just need to like really do your research on why, what, who, right? Because the universe is great, but who created the universe? It's too perfect to be created just by itself.
That's another rabbit hole we can go down.
Yeah.
Could you date a guy who's not making as much money as you?
Is it a season or is it we've never made that much money?
No, he's doing good. He's not poor. He's not broke. But you're schooling him.
It is so hard. As much as I don't want to say this, but it is so hard for a woman to be led financially. I can follow your lead in other things. To be led financially by a man that is not making as much as her. Because think about it. If the man makes less than me, when there's financial decisions, which I would want my man to handle. I'm a boss outside, inside, you're doing everything. Brain is shut off. how am I going to trust you with the financial decisions if I've made more money? So I've made more better financial decisions in my life. So now I have to step in and make all these decisions that they might emasculate you as a man. Because you're like, well, I'm following her lead. And no man wants to follow a woman's lead all the time, completely blindly. That's not in their nature. They're masculine. They want to lead. They want to protect. And it's always going to, like, I've seen successful marriages where the woman is making more than the man. But you can tell when money is brought up, there's a little bit of resentment.
From the guy?
From the girl.
Oh, from the girl?
Yeah, because why aren't you making that? If I figure it out, why didn't you figure it out? There's a season, but if we've been together for years, why?
Yeah, see, if I was in that situation, I would be so motivated to make more money that within a couple of years
you're gonna get ahead. And that's why I said, is it for a season or is it just forever? Because I've seen men that are like, they're too comfortable. Like, she got it. What? What do you mean she got it?
Yeah.
What does that even mean, she got it?
Yeah.
So, and the woman always will emasculate the man in front of other people subconsciously, like, because I just make more money, and we know money is power. So it's like,
but that must be difficult for you if you're...
No, it's not difficult.
No, I'm sure you'll be able to find guys.
Yeah, but it's not...
You will find most of those guys who do have a lot of money and are successful, probably not very loyal people.
That's not in my reality.
Okay.
I just believe that I create my own reality. I only attract the best people. Why are you smiling?
Because I'm sure that's not always been the case.
You know what? It's actually been the case.
Maybe a few people have come your way just to
100%.
Teach you a lesson.
A lesson.
A life lesson.
Yeah, but that was when we were younger. But I'm very selective. I was going to say something. But that's just not in my reality. I know I'm going to attract a man that is 10 times more ambitious than me because he's the masculine man. Most of my energy is feminine. I'm only using that masculine energy when I'm doing business, when I'm trying to get a deal wrapped up. But the rest, I'm full feminine energy. That is so masculine, that is so ambitious, that knows how to make money, that can teach me and can lead me and is a man of God. But there's a lot of them. Yeah. I think, and this is also part of branding on social media, like the men that come on my page, they just respect me.
This is the thing. It's like, if you're a woman and you want respect, then change what you're posting.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to post these pictures of you in your bikini all the time, exposing yourself,
yeah,
like, you will start to attract a certain type of guy, and they're not going to respect you the way that you want to be respected.
You know, I've never posted a bikini picture in my life.
Respect that.
Never in my life.
I would be surprised, though, being in Saudi for that long and then just going down the complete
yeah, that too. But some do. I've seen it happen.
Does it not feel weird, though, when you're having to go to the gym and you're feeling yourself and you're like, fuck, I look good. Like,
I know I look so good.
But you've never been tempted to just be like, hey, everyone, look how good I look.
I think it's actually...
I do that.
I think it's different for a man.
Yeah.
But because women are usually sexualized. Men is like, oh my God, he's so good looking. I hope he's rich too. Like, I want to be with him type of thing. But when a man sees a woman not fully covered, he's not thinking any of those things. Yeah. We know what he's thinking because she's sexualizing herself. So, of course, the man will sexualize herself as well because women are wired to be emotional. Men are not.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm never tempted because I actually think it's weird. Like, imagine all these like old men that maybe follow me, ugly little boys that have never seen women, and now they see like my body. I think that's uncomfortable. Like, you don't even know who's seeing all of that, and that's something that is so like precious and sacred, and now it's just everyone sees it. I don't know. It's
That I like that.
That's weird. Why are they seeing things that they're not supposed to see?
Yeah, I wish more people would have your mindset. That's why I'm hoping as many people as possible are going to listen to this, and that your following continues to grow, because you're spreading a good message.
Thank you. Yeah, respect. I was even telling my girl today. We were at 7 and we met a guy. I'm like, oh my God, I love your t-shirt. You work with this guy. He's in sales, da da da. And it was just a 5-minute conversation. But I can see how much that man respected me. I didn't talk about money. I didn't talk how successful I am. We just talked mindset, like business. And men can catch up to a woman that knows what she's talking about. Like, oh, wait, like this girl really does business. Like she XYZ, she knows these people. Like she... And I saw the respect that this man had for me. And she looked at me and she's like, you don't ever care to be liked when you're talking to any man. You care to be like, it's like an elevator pitch. We have 3 minutes. They better respect me. I don't care if they like me. I don't think if they think I am intimidating, I am full of myself. As long as they know, wow, that's a woman to respect. She's definitely doing something. That's all I care about. Now, if they like me after and they want to, marry me, then that's great.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. I know you got to bounce. I've got to bounce as well. Where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at the Afnan Khalifa. Soon on YouTube. By the time this is gonna be out, we're gonna be on YouTube. We're gonna be on TikTok as well, Snapchat, everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah, but there's a lot of fake accounts. I'm pretty sure you have fake accounts.
There's a few, yeah.
I have a lot.
Yeah, that's why you got to get the official ones up and running. Otherwise, they'll be making money off your stolen videos.
That's true. That is very true. But I enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.